welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. Today we're going to be reviewing my sewing machine. So I've had a ton of requests for this and I'm excited to be able to finally get this video out for you guys. So I have the Juki TL2000Qi. They have a couple different of the TL models. This is a little bit on the lower end, so it's fairly affordable, which is the main reason I got it. It doesn't have a whole lot of bells and whistles on it, but it's really an industrial strength machine and it definitely gets the job done. I haven't had any complaints about this machine. It does need to be oiled and kind of serviced and taken care of, but other than that, it's really pretty easy and straightforward. So let's take a closer look and see what this machine has to offer. So one of my favorite things about this machine is just the design. It's really fairly simple and just sleek looking. There's not a lot going on the outside, so it just looks really nice and clean. One cool thing about this machine is its speed. It can sew 1,500 stitches per minute, which is amazing. Now it is a straight stitch only machine, so really kind of meant for quilting. You may not want to have this machine if you were looking at doing garment sewing because it doesn't have any other stitches other than that straight stitch. Since it's a quilting machine, it comes with this removable expansion table, which is really nice. It adds about 23 inches to your quilting space and has this nice ruler embedded on the table. It has a really nice bright LED light underneath it. Now I have seen some people add those LED light strips to the throat space of the machine. I've considered doing that, but honestly I haven't really felt the need. Another favorite feature is the throat space. It has a really nice large area for me to quilt in. It also has a pressure foot adjustment, and it can be adjusted according to the fabric being sewn just by turning this regulator on the top of the machine. It also has a thread tension knob here up on top, and you can adjust the bobbin tension as well. Now it's a straight stitch only machine, so I turn it down to 0 for free motion, but then of course you can adjust your stitch length depending on what you need. It has a thread cutter button here, but it also has one on your foot, which I'll show you in just a minute. And then it has the needle up and down position, which is really handy. You can also lower and raise the feed dogs as needed for free motion quilting. And to raise them back up, you just need to turn the dial on the side of the machine. And then it has a reverse knob right here. It has 2 thread holders on top, and I like to use this other one to keep my binding on. Sometimes I'll keep a second spool on there. I like to keep my cone right here up on top. The thread runs through this top hoop and then down through all of the rest of the threading. And just check your machine to see how to thread your Juki properly, but I will show you how to thread mine in just a minute. It also has a bobbin winder on top, and you just wind it around this little tension screw right here, making sure that you have it going the right direction, and then you thread the bobbin through the little hole on top and place it onto the bobbin peg, and you just twist it until it snaps into place. Then you can press that little lever so that it locks the bobbin in place and start loading your bobbin. Once I get a little bit of thread on there, I will just simply snip off that top thread and let the bobbin continue filling. To get the bobbin to wind, you just press on your presser foot, and when it's done, it'll automatically stop. Then you can just cut your thread, pop open your lever, and you have your completed bobbin. Now, one cool thing that comes with this machine is this knee lever. I don't actually use it that much, but I have been recently playing with it a little bit. It's very easy. You simply place it into this hole in the side of the machine, and then you can use your knee to press the bar, and it raises and lowers the presser foot. Now, one of my favorite things about this machine is the foot pedal. Of course, if you press it forward, it makes the machine go, but it has a really cool cut feature on the heel press. So if you press down on your heel, it actually causes the machine to cut your thread. This is probably one of my favorite features of this machine. Now, of course, it has this handy little accessory door here. You can flip that open and get to your bobbin easily without having to remove the table. Now, since this is a quilting machine, it does come with several different feet that are kind of meant for quilting. This first one is your free motion foot, and that's the one that you're going to want to use if you're going to want to be doing free motion quilting. It also comes with this walking foot. Now, I don't actually use the walking foot as much as I thought I would at the beginning of this. I tend to do a lot more free motion quilting, but you'd use that if you were doing straight stitching on a lot of fabric. It also comes with a little screwdriver and then a 1/4 inch foot, which I actually don't use that one quite as much either. I tend to just use the one that came on the machine. It seems to be about 1/4 inch, and so it works well. I like to keep all of my little accessories in this cute little tin and just keep it next to my machine. Replacing the foot is really easy. You simply loosen that screw on the side, take off the foot that you want to remove, add on the new one, and you're good to go. Now, of course, always make sure you tighten this screw with the screwdriver included in your kit. To replace the needle, simply loosen the screw, pull your needle out, and then if you'll notice that flat edge is actually facing towards the screw. So you'd insert your new needle, push it up as far as you can go, and then just tighten the screw and you're good to go. Now to clean this machine, you can just open up this little bobbin casing over here. You can pull your bobbin in and out easily. To get to your bobbin, you're just going to lift this little side arm right here, and you can just stick your hand in there and pull out the bobbin and replace it very easily. I also open this up and just clean out my machine in between projects and just get all of those little fuzzies out that have accumulated as I've been sewing. Cleaning the machine is fairly easy. You can just use the included screwdriver to remove these screws right here on the faceplate. And there's just 2 screws. Make sure that you set them aside somewhere safe so that you don't lose one. I have done that before. And then that top faceplate just comes off nice and easily. And then I just have this little cleaning kit that I got from Fat Quarter Shop, and it has all kinds of fun little accessories so that I can get into all those tight places. But really a Q-tip or just a little brush works really well. You don't really want to blow into your machine because you could blow a lot of that fuzz down into your motor area and you don't want to mess it up. Then you can just replace your faceplate in the same manner that you removed it. Now for even deeper cleaning, you can turn your Juki over, and on the bottom there's this cute little door. It's like a trap door, and I like to take that out every now and then and just clean out underneath there as well. This gets to all the little bits that you can't get with the bobbin casing open. If you really want to do a deep clean, or if there's something wrong, you can remove all 6 screws on the bottom of your Juki, and this entire plate will come off. Now you can just carefully remove the entire plate here, and then I just use my little brush to finish cleaning out and just do a really nice thorough cleaning. Now I only remove the bottom every once in a while when I do a really major project. Otherwise, I just use that little trap door and clean out my bobbin area. And then of course you can just place it back on. I like to try and keep all my screws in the right location just in case. And then I'll just put them all back together, put the bottom back on, replace the trap door, and my Juki's all nice and clean. Now to thread this machine, I highly recommend looking at your user's manual because I was threading incorrectly, but you're going to go down through that first little hole, wrap it around and down through the second hole, so it's kind of like in an S shape, and then you're going to weave it through this little hook, through your tension knobs, and around that little hook right there, and then back up and through the top hoop, back down through that latch one more time. Next, you'll take your thread through that top loop and then through the little loop on the back of the needle back there. And then it does have an automatic threader, so I like to lower my presser foot, then pull down on the threader, loop your thread through that little hook right there, let go, and it just pulls your thread through nicely. Now this machine does need to be oiled, and there are just a few little oil spots. Check your manual for yours. I just like to put 1 drop of oil in each of the holes right before I start sewing. So I do oil this every time I use it. I'll link the exact oil I'm using below the video in the description box. Now one last thing I wanted to talk about was thread. So I like to use Aurifil thread. It's a 100% cotton thread for my quilting. My standard color is Aurifil 2021. It's just a nice creamy white. It also comes with this nice little cone attachment so that you can put that on your thread peg, put your cone on top, and it keeps your cone nice and secure. So that's about it for this machine. As you can see, it's pretty standard, straightforward, nothing super fancy, but it's a really good, sturdy, heavy-duty machine. And one of my favorite things about it is that larger throat space in there. It's really got a lot of room for me to shove a giant quilt in there. I do all of my own quilting here. This is what I've been using and it's been working great. I've quilted pretty much every quilt I've ever made on my own home sewing machine. So that's going to be it for me today. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please make sure to thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that like button. That really helps me out. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time.